There is but one just use of power, and it is to serve people. A president is neither prince nor pope, and I don't seek a window on men's souls. In fact, I yearn for a greater tolerance, an easygoingness about each other's attitudes and way of life.
There's not a single moment in American history I can think of, with the possible exception of the late 1850s and 1860s, where we were in more dire need of what George H.W. Bush represented than right now.
America is never wholly herself unless she is engaged in high moral principle.
I'm puzzled at how to describe the current condition of the fabric of America. Back when Dad was president, when he was raised as a kid, serving and giving to others and that kind of thing was an accepted standard. That's gone away and been replaced by the opposite of unity.
We as a people have such a purpose today. It is to make kinder the face of the nation and gentler the face of the world. My friends, we have work to do.
It's not a partisan thing.
I've spoken of 1,000 points of light, of all the community organizations that are spread like stars throughout the nation doing good.
It's about doing the right thing.
The old ideas are new again because they're not old. They are timeless. Duty, sacrifice, commitment, and a patriotism that finds its expression in taking part and pitching in.
Dad was thinking as he thought through where to put his library, where to put the museum and the Bush School. He was seeking an alignment. And there's no university in America that reflects the values that Dad lived by every single day of his life better than Texas A&M. Honor, duty, service, these kinds of things that are instilled and inculcated into the student body were the values that he leaned into.
Training young people to go into public service is I'm going to say, the real ultimate mission that the President and Barbara Bush had, and that's why the relationship at Texas A&M is so important.
Let me start by welcoming all of you who are visiting to Aggieland. It's just phenomenal to have you here. And also welcome you to the Bush Center, which is composed of the Presidential Library and Museum, the Annenberg Presidential Conference Center, where we're sitting today, and of course the Bush School of Government and Public Service, led by my great friend, mentor.
He would have been 100 years old on June 12th, 2024. And we decided probably about 4 years ago that we should celebrate President Bush's 100th birthday as a way to honor the legacy that he left and raise the resources necessary to endow the foundation's effort that maintains the legacy of President Bush. Probably the most exciting thing that we decided to do was to add a building to the library, having the train engine, 4141, Union Pacific's train engine that drove the president many times to College Station. Then we went out and found a Marine One helicopter that President Bush had flown on many, many times as president.
We were so blessed on Dad's birthday week to have all of our family come together. My children, a bunch of nieces and nephews, and tons of great friends of Mom and Dad, people that worked in his administration, friends that he's had for a long, long time, gather at College Station to celebrate this incredible legacy of service.
He was by far the most qualified person to be the leader of a country. He was on the receiving end of presidential orders, beginning on the day he graduated from high school and said, "I'm joining the Navy." His track record of remarkable service is eclectic. CIA director, envoy to China, ambassador to the United Nations, chairman of the Republican Party, vice president of the United States.
He had been a member of Congress, and having served in Congress, and having still a number of friends who were serving in Congress, he had an innate feel for what was going on in the institution. The man was a guy of government and was one who approached governing from the standpoint of how can we get things done.
I think my dad's life was driven by personal relationships, caring for others, serving others, and that played out pretty amazingly in the foreign policy realm into the Cold War.
Bush understood the tightrope that Gorbachev was on in Moscow. There is no precedent in history for the collapse of a great empire without a major war until that moment. And he was the one that engineered the strategy. It's in no small part because of his empathy. He didn't sympathize with Gorbachev, but he was able to put himself in Gorbachev's shoes and understand how perilous his position was at that time. And that's pretty damned extraordinary.
We talked about A&M quite a bit. I remember one day we'd had a really, really rough congressional meeting on an issue that we were really trying to prod Congress along. And the president says to me, "Fred, I need to talk to you." It was just the two of us in the Oval Office. It was a beautiful day. And he walked over to the window, looked out the window out of the Oval Office onto the lawn, and he said to me, "You know what? Why don't we just chuck it all in? Let's go out to the airport, fire up Air Force One, and go to College Station."
Well, I chose A&M because I like the spirit of the place. The Aggie spirit, well, it's hard to describe, but it's a mood. There's kind of a common matrix, what I would call patriotism, love of country. I see the spirit as one Aggie tries to help another. It's special. I like the academic excellence of the place, but I think most of all, I feel at home on this campus.
When you see respect and excellence and leadership and loyalty and integrity and service, you're talking about Texas A&M. You're also defining the life of George and Barbara Bush.
Hopefully the Bush School, Points of Light, and organizations like that can help get us back to, where we're more civil as a nation.
His tongue may have run amok at times, but his heart was steadfast. His life code, as he said in a letter to his mother, was, "Tell the truth. Don't blame people. Be strong. Do your best. Try hard. Forgive. Stay the course." It was and is the most American of creeds. Abraham Lincoln's "Better Angels of Our Nature" and George H.W. Bush's "1,000 Points of Light" are companion verses in America's national hymn. For Lincoln and Bush both called on us to choose the right over the convenient, to hope rather than to fear, to heed not our worst impulses, but our best instincts.
Are you willing to roll up your sleeves and claim one of our society's problems as your own? No government, no single person can solve every problem we face in America. But if everyone does his part or her part, I have no doubt, person by person, block by block, we can strengthen our communities and honor our obligation to help leave this a better world.
We can realize the golden opportunities before us and make sure that our new day, like every American day, is filled with hope and promise. We need his voice more than ever. We do.